You and me at the same time.
Oh, that's cool. See, I got an app that does both.
That's cool. What's your name?
I'm Jemar Oneals.
Jemar O'Neal. How long you been doing comedy?
I started like the last week of March 2023. It's been an adventure this year.
So not even quite a full year.
Not a whole year yet, but I've been doing it faithfully every single Monday since the last Monday in March. So
Right.
12 Jemar.
Harrisonburg, Livingston. We've gone to Richmond.
Sure.
I want to get up to Richmond a few more times because I kind of bombed when I went up there. But
Doing comedy, how is it the same or different than what you expected it to be?
So I didn't really know what to expect. I just knew that I was going to get up there and speak. But I love the individualism, if that's a word, that everybody can take their own sort of approach to comedy, you know? And like being able to see that, like it's been like some people refer to each other as coworkers. I refer to everybody as classmates. This has been like a learning experience, and I mean, constantly being able to tweak and being at a place like this where you can just play around and like, you know, free speech. They let you screw up, like come back next Monday and maybe win them back.
And that's what open mics are for.
Right. Right.
Do you learn more on the nights where your jokes are working or more on the nights when you're bombing?
You know, I feel like when I bomb, I always know that I'm gonna bomb. When my jokes work, like that's when I feel like I learned something because I'm like, I guess I should keep that. Like, but usually I get up there, like everything I write down, I think is funny when I'm writing it down. But right before I get on stage, I'm like, this isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work.
And is that, do you find that that's like real self-evaluation or is that self-doubt?
Probably a little bit of both, but like it definitely like, you know, we analyze ourselves so much, and I think a lot of us do. But we analyze ourselves so much that we can be critics, like our own worst critic.
Yeah.
And, you know, usually when I think I'm bombing, people are telling me I'm doing all right, but, you know, we all support each other here maybe. Like, I don't know.
What do you do for a day job?
I have the hardest job in the world. I'm a stay-at-home mom right now.
Hell yeah. Right on. I did that for a while.
So yeah, no,
It's a good gig if you can get
dude,
it.
like I was working in restaurants, and I was just like, you know what, I can cook at home. I have an autistic 7-year-old. I spend all my time with him in the day, and I come here at night and pretend that I wasn't at home all day being a parent.
So is that like a homeschooling thing?
Sort of, yeah. He's just got a lot of requirements, and
Right.
like it takes a village, and I'm the chief. So,
Dude, that's awesome. What's your son or daughter?
son,
What's his name?
Aiden,
Aiden?
little ball of fire. Yeah.
That's awesome. Does he? Do you use your home life for material?
I do. Like, it's funny because with him being nonverbal autistic, he communicates with his eyes, and so I have this joke about him being sort of like having telepathic powers, and you know, I'll take the juice from him, and he'll just like give me the eyes, like give it back, and I'm like, the juice is floating. Oh my god! Like, something I'm working on. Like, it's terrible.
Cool. In a good way.
Yeah. I try to, whenever I bring him up, I try to say something good about his situation, because it really has, that's been another learning experience. It's like having a kid with special needs. It's, you know, having a place like this where I can talk about it, and like it makes it so much easier. Like it can be really stressful to other parents who like deal with kids with autism. It's just punchlines for me.
Y'all ready to get this shit rolling? Y'all want to keep it going, everybody? All right. The next comment
is one of the coolest motherfuckers I know. He looks like he's directly casted out of a motherfucking Donald Glover film. This dude's got the coolest look. He's so funny. Y'all put your hands together. My man Jemar Oneals.
Let's give it up for my motherfucking man. I'm putting up on the stage. My man Jemar.
Jemar.
It's my guy, Jemar Oneals. Jemar Oneals.
Hey, bring up Jemar.
What up, Charlottesville? Y'all are fucking in here tonight. What's up? Damn. How y'all celebrate January 6th? What y'all do? I know what I did. I sat outside in my folding chair with a twisted tea, just antagonizing motherfuckers all day. I got gentrified back into my original neighborhood. I played some fucked up game of Monopoly. And there's a lot of white people in my neighborhood now. It used to be they go around my neighborhood like they were on a safari, but now they do weird shit like night jogging. Like it's not safe for y'all to be out here jogging in the hood. Like, and I'm not saying anything gonna happen to y'all, but like I might twist an ankle or something running because I don't know what the fuck y'all running from. Like, shit.
I got white neighbors. I got there's my whole neighborhood is so diverse. Like we watch cricket games now. Like, in the rain, it's like a Disney. Like gold projects.
Trump got indicted last year. That was fucking entertaining. That was great for the comedy community. Like, we got material for years to come.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all think that motherfucker going to jail? No. I don't either. At least not the jail I want him to go to. I want to see that motherfucker in Arkham Asylum somewhere. That's how I picture him. I picture him as like, you know, like wherever they sit Hannibal Lecter. Like just see him in there on the little fucking dolly with the muzzle on, scaring the shit out of Giuliani for the top bunk. Like,
What if he goes to like jail and like gets like reformed by like the brothers and reads a couple of books and shit? This man would stay in the library, eat a few what they call swoles. Y'all know what swoles are? The prison food. Ask your prison homie about it. They'll tell you. I just picture him just being reformed and getting out of jail with the fucking prison weight on him, fucking bow tie. Fucking speaking like Malcolm X, talking about we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Melania just looking at him like, are you Muslim, Donald? Assalamu alaikum. I think he would get more street cred in jail just because of the fact that he'd have Secret Service. Like, have y'all thought about that? Him going to jail with Secret Service? The prison riots would be fucking amazing.
what do you think Trump would get tattooed on, like, picture of himself with perfect hair? Probably get, like, Make America Great Again, which is, like, Make America Great Again was weird for me when I first heard that shit because I didn't take it the way everybody else took it. I took it like, you know, this nigga trying to bring back presidents like Jurassic Park. It's like, could you imagine that shit? Like, wow, nigga, it's a Thomas Jefferson. He captured like 300 niggas a season.
Everybody's been talking about this whole Biden dropping out shit. This motherfucker wasn't going to miss an opportunity to fall from something, so. I think opposite of you, Seti. I think that us having a black woman president, I think that's what we need right now. Look at how fast Taraji P. Henson got everybody on that Project 2025. Think about it, man. Think about if a Southern black woman was the president. That's what we really need. Somebody who would see war and be like, y'all cut that war out now, Israel. Israel Tyrone Jr., what I tell you? Sure. Now kiss. Oh man, what a fucking week. I guess everybody's gonna say something about Trump. I don't really condone like violence or anything. I'm not a huge Trump supporter. I'm not a huge Biden supporter. I don't really condone gun violence, but can we all agree that like there was good people on both sides? I just think about it. So it's good. Oh man, there's a lot of black people getting real ignorant online about that shit too. Like, oh shit, Trump got shot. He gangster now. He got our vote. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. They're calling him a black hero now. Like, that's kind of insulting. Black heroes, when they get shot, they die, first of all. And then they get taken out of the history books that the very motherfucker is trying to... Let me not get too political. All right, I'm gonna get right into it. Trump sneakers, y'all saw them, right? The golden ones. Them motherfuckers. I called them the January 6s, the air selections. Motherfuckers look like some Rocky shoes, man. Like, fucking giant bronze baby shoes. If you want proof that Donald Trump was a giant baby, I'm not gonna stop talking about Donald Trump. Because this nigga got mug shots with his face on it. He got sneakers. Pretty soon he gonna start selling body oils and do-rags. He's really trying to get that black vote. Like this summer, he got a mixtape coming out. So they couldn't stop me. He only like 2 times. Shit, did y'all see the white, the Yeezy looking shoes that Donald Trump was trying to sell? Like I think they called them like the POTUS 45s. They actually look kind of fresh. In my mind, I'm putting together the fit they're gonna have on at the polling stations. It's gonna be the Trump shirt with the Yeezys. I know those are the shoes that Kanye West was promoting in his Super Bowl ad, by the way. When he was like, yeah, I just got some shoes. Like, those were the shoes.
Somebody said something earlier about the KKK. That's fucking hilarious. There was seriously a KKK like just one team. Just one team? Negro Leagues just blew the right the fuck up. Could you imagine Jackie Robinson just showing up and taking a knee? That was a great time period, man. Like, I feel like there should have been more sneaker deals back then. Like, fucking Martin Luther King, he did that walk, man. He should have got a sneaker deal. Did y'all imagine what he would have got? Like the Freedom Force ones, like church shoe with a Nike switch on it. Oh man, Malcolm X got some Tim boots.
I want to say one more thing about Trump. This Iron Donald's guy that's supposedly he's a VP of black dude. He got on live TV and said, he was like, Jim Crow South was better for black people. The families were together and everybody voted more conservatively. Black families voted more conservatively. And I'm just looking at this thing like he's wrong about all those things. He's not saying that for all niggas. He's saying that for maybe the niggas in his house who need him to have that job. He's not saying that for us. Hey, last time I checked, we weren't voting back then. That's what the whole fight was. We would have not voted for Jim Crow laws.
45% Latinos voted for Trump. And that shit threw me off. I'm like, what? I started chuckling when I saw it. I was like I don't know who's in charge of the subtitles for the Trump rallies, but I'm just saying. When the Latinos realize who they voted for, somebody at Telemundo gonna lose their job. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna get political or anything, but with everything that's going on in the news right now, those 43 monkeys that escaped. I just know whoever in America is rolling Jumanji dice.
Mel Karen loses it right before my set.
Jemar.
Police really coming?
I wouldn't be surprised.
We gotta run.
I'm running for Congress. Wolf Alexander, independent. SpitfireHunter.com. I'll give some cards outside. Chris, go fuck yourself.
That was so ghetto. Yeah. I'm tired of living in the hood, yo. I really am. I left Louisa because of the pandemic, not because I was scared of the pandemic. I was scared of y'all. Y'all was out here with bandanas on like it was West the world. Y'all know that shit? I was scared, but you know what? I miss it. I miss it so much. I miss the gunshots out here. I know they was out here practicing. What I live at now is not a drill.
It's scary though. If you don't believe me that the world is scary, I just saw the day before yesterday, I saw coming down Hydraulic, somebody in a prison jumpsuit just standing out in the middle of the fucking intersection. I swear to fucking God. I was like, what the fuck? Is this real? He couldn't even believe that he had escaped. He was like standing out there fucking confused and shit. World is scary.
I've been noticing that drug dealers are getting pettier. Like, it was like in the giant parking lot. Like, it was a couple, but the woman owed the drug dealer money, I guess. And he was pissed. He was like loud. He was real vocal about it. He was like, well, you gonna dance then? I was like, what? And I'm sitting in my car listening to all this play out. He's like, you gonna dance then? That's right. Twerk for a perk. Twerk for this perk. And I'm just like, no, he did not tell her twerk for a perk. She goes, I can't dance. He said, bitch, do the Carlton. I was like, what? And he pointed at the boyfriend. He was like, you too. Both of them doing the saddest fucking Carlton I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Oh, by the way, Jemar looked like he's selling rocks too. I have to say, I know that shit right. But he don't know. He's a good dude. He don't sell no rocks. He just look good. But I'm a black man. You look like you're selling rocks. This nigga sounds like a customer. If you don't sit your informant ass down,
You taking your plug to make his deliveries? I don't recommend that for everybody. Yeah, I did that shit the other day, man. Like, you ever end up in a neighborhood you wasn't supposed to be in? Like, it was definitely too nice in the middle of the night, bro. Like, sitting there, I gotta turn my bass down in the car and shit. If I can turn the lights off, I look real sketch. I turn it to NPR so the people in the neighborhood watch. It looks like I'm on a stakeout. Shit. And now you can just drop a pin where you at. This nigga had me in the middle of the woods one time. He was just like, I'll be right back. I'm like, what the fuck? Where you going? I ain't been on a nature walk in a long time. And when I was out in Seattle a couple weeks ago, I went on a nature walk, and that shit was scary, y'all. The world has changed. Nature has changed. I saw Smokey the Bear out there freebasing crack with the dare line. Shit was crazy. Scruff McGruff done turned dirty. He sold it to him. Took a bite out of crime. And I went hiking with my little brother. We went to Monticello. And to me, nature is a good time to relax. I had a beer. Me and my brother had a couple of beers. And there was this fucking Karen out there looking at us like, why do you have that beer? What is you can't, this is a public place. You got a beer. I was just like, look, Thomas Jefferson, my cousin, we can drink. But this was real cool ass rock on the trail. And me and my brother were taking pictures next to it and smoking a blunt. And she's like, you can't smoke here. And I'm like, hey, do you know how much weed Thomas Jefferson smoked? He's the first American pothead. That's what we were doing out there. We were looking for where we thought Thomas Jefferson would probably do the most smoking. I just got back from vacation. I had to go on vacation. Not from work or anything. There's just this dude who keeps chilling on my porch begging for shit. Nigga's got a real bad skin psoriasis. He dashed me up real hard.
It's like he be scraping my hands up with that fucking rough ass Deadpool skin. I'll be like, nigga, put your cream on.
I've been smoking weed with my next door neighbor because he normally just bangs on my door and asks me if I have any weed. He's a broke ass nigga. I'm actually writing a children's book about him. It's called "To Do a Nigga a Favor." He been smoking all my weed. Every time I get weed, like this, I guess he like knows my plug not. Like he shows up, and I found out the other day he just threw it out like casual conversation. We smoking a blunt together, and he goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna hurry up, finish this blunt so I can go pick up my schizophrenia medication." I said, from now on, all y'all stay right the fuck over there. Don't go knock on my door, and like whoever you are right now, tell the rest of y'all don't come knocking on my door. Could you imagine somebody from the 90s time traveling here? Mm-hmm. It kind of happens when like you see those people get exonerated after being in jail for so long and shit, and they get out of jail and everything's different. It's like time travel. Everything looks different. They go to the hood, the trash is different, you know? Like, imagine getting out of jail and you go back to your hood and you look and it's like, you used to seeing like soda cans and like, you know, you might see a con wrap or something, but like now you're like, my nigga, is that an eyelash? Anybody else do family costumes for Halloween? I was a fucking Jedi. I've never felt cooler in my life. Everybody familiar with Star Wars, right? Yeah. I was a Jedi. Which one? Thank you for asking that. That's probably the whitest question. I'm gonna get to why that's the whitest question. So I went trick-or-treating in white neighborhoods and black neighborhoods. I was Mace Windu. I was Mace. I had the purple lightsaber. But look, we go trick-or-treating in white neighborhoods. All white people knew who we were. They liked our costumes. They were like, "Oh, y'all are Jedis, what cool costumes." Like, we got extra candy from some people and everything. It's dope costumes. I go to black neighborhoods. Those niggas like, "What are y'all? Black Israelites?" So do steps. I'm like, nigga, yo. And then the black people who did recognize like our costumes, instead of saying, "Oh, you're Mace Windu or you Obi-Wan Kenobi," you Star Wars, right? Like, yeah, man, I'm all of Star Wars. I wanted to pick a scary costume, but I realized it's hard to pick a scary costume living in the hood because it's hard to scare like black dudes. Black men, they don't like admitting when they're afraid of shit, and we do get scared of shit, but we don't say we're scared. We say we don't fuck with it. Like, I'm not scared of clowns. I just don't fuck with clowns. I got a ghost in my apartment. Now, I know what y'all thinking. Jemar, you smoke a lot of weed. I'm telling you, there's a ghost in my apartment playing with the fucking lights and shit. They be messing with the thermostat. Won't pay no bills, but fucking with all my electricity. On Valentine's Day, I was cooking. I was just in the kitchen cooking, and I felt something. I had my hand by my side, and I felt something grab me by my whole hand. I'm just like, yo, it's like it's over here. Talk about a Ghostbuster. Fucking ectoplasm everywhere. Speaking of Black Halloween, like, I was kind of bummed out when I was looking for like horror movie options. Like, the only scary black villain we have is Candyman. And I ain't gonna say his name 2 more times because that motherfucker is punctual. Like, that's what scares me the most about him, is his punctuality. But could you imagine if Mike Myers was black? Like, how would that be? Like, niggas show up on Thanksgiving and shit. Like, Myers is one of them. Obviously, he's a movie character, but I used to be afraid of like ridiculous shit. Like, I used to be afraid of midgets when I was younger. It's a funny story behind that, actually. So my uncle's gay. And yeah, funny story. My uncle's gay. Grew up with him being gay my whole life. It's always been normal to me. And he had gay friends who they would like whenever my mom would like slip out and like they'd be like supervising us for a little bit, they would put on the movie The Leprechaun. And that shit made me afraid of midgets because it looked like they bite. With that being said, they were really cool about it because there's a part in the first Leprechaun movie where the kid's climbing like this water tower and he like yells down at the leprechaun with the 4-leaf clover. He's like, "Fuck you, Lucky Charms!" And my uncle and his other gay friends used to try to get me and my brother to say that shit all the time. "Fuck you, Lucky Charms! Fuck you, Lucky Charms!" And when we would say it as little kids, they would think that it was hilarious. They would give us money for saying it, so we thought we were doing a good thing. Basically, every time we saw gay people, we would just be like, "Fuck you, Lucky Charms," and like now that's a hate crime.
Oh man, let me grab one of these things out of the bucket and I'm gonna get up out of here. Tiny houses. I actually used to live in a tiny house. Actually, it was my car. I was homeless. Y'all give it up for the next comment.
But we got like some audacious white people in our neighborhood now. I found I think they're a Republican too. Like it was a Republican trans homeless white person living in my fucking car. I let him do it just because it's like I caught a unicorn. Like, but they, you know, what's sad is like my car is broke down, so I walk everywhere. Like I try to like, you know, avoid looking like a broke nigga, carry a basketball with me and shit. But like I walk through the park. I walked through the park and I seen my tenant making rent money. Dog, like, they won't selling no drugs. Like, I'm just say that, like, prostitution is out here in Charlottesville. It's out here. I had a prostitute come up to me the other day and she just read out her whole menu. I'm just like, dog, I can't afford none of that. Only thing I could afford was a BJ, and she had a mouth like. Have y'all seen what sea turtles' teeth look like?
So Pride Month is over with. I ain't gay or nothing, but I celebrated Pride Month. Y'all wanna know how I celebrated? Yeah. I watched Disney Pixar movies. Because, you know, when I watch those movies, I don't just switch gender, I also switch race. I turn into a Latina woman. Especially when I watch Coco, I'm just crying like, "Ay, mi conso." I just got back from Seattle. It was fun. It was fun out there. I got to do comedy while I was out there, but the real reason I went out there was to see my identical twin brother. He moved out west like 10 years ago. And I mean, he hasn't changed that much, but like his idea of fun is different now. Like he does a lot of hiking and stuff. I think maybe he got bit by a white person in the woods and shit. I think he's like a weird nigga now. Like, he only do black shit on full moons. Like, it's cool being a twin though. I love being a twin when I went out there because my brother works at a dispensary. And people at his job was mixing me up with him. And I was just thinking, if this nigga pisses me off, I could steal his little fucking key card and like ruin his whole life. Like, out east we have like Indian corner stores, or usually Indian run corner stores. Out west they got a lot of Asian run corner stores. The Asian guy at my brother's store, that like his regular corner store, we fucked him up because I went to the store before my brother, and he was used to seeing my brother. But when I went in, he was like, "Hey," I was like, "Hey," I went to go get my shit. And I guess he was looking at me weird because I wasn't shooting the shit with him like my brother normally does. And I get to the register and I pay for my shit, and then my brother walks into the store. And for the first time, like, an Asian dude got me confused with somebody else. And the funniest part about it is he started making anime noises. You know what I mean by anime noises? He was like, It was hilarious. Oh man, I thought that Seattle would be different. One thing that was different, I think the prostitutes out here can really take notes. They got real GTA Grand Theft Auto prostitutes out there. Except when they get in your car, your health goes down. You might get a few stars. I went out there also to celebrate my birthday with him. I just turned 33. Thank you. My vision's getting worse, apparently. I was blaming it on the weed because I was smoking so much weed, I was. So much so that when my brothers kept going into like the dispensary, I said, I need to fucking sit down. And I'm like surrounded by bars and shit. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to one of these bars. And it's rainy. It's like, you know, it's nighttime. And I really don't want to wait in no long line. So I go to the club that's right next to me. And I see in neon lights, it says Guy Bar. And I'm like, oh shit, I guess this is a place for the fellas to just come and kick it. Like, you know, we're just gonna kick it, you know. I get there and it's like all dudes in there, like, you know, we're just kicking it. And it was a fun time. Like, they were complimenting my hair, buying me drinks and shit. It was fun. And then this group of women came in. I was like, is this the entertainment or something? Like, the bartender didn't even like me. He was like, these bitches. And then once I realized that the bartender didn't even like me, I looked at that sign one more time. I'm like, shit, I'm getting A lot of people's been talking about the Olympics. I'm going to say some shit about the Olympics, too. I think it's funny. I don't watch them. I watch clips sometimes, but I don't watch the Olympics. To me, I just think it's like the world's attempt to do everything that niggas already do naturally. Just think about it, like running, like we've been running for how long? Like fucking running from master, running from the police. They saw us running in Africa and they was like, damn, let's see if we can do that. No. We're still the winners of that. You know what we're not the winners of? Breakdancing. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Australia. I mean, we can't really give her a hard time. She does dance better than a lot of y'all in here, I'm sure. I've seen some of y'all dance. And you gotta give it to her. She was giving away some of y'all best shit, too. She was doing like the sprinkler and shit. Asians are better breakdancers. Like, I don't know why niggas are, but Asians are definitely better breakdancers. I live in the hood, so you're ignorant shit all the time. I heard somebody say, I think they got like hollow bones or something. I was like, it's like, I think they birds. Like, that's not true. Chris was talking about the Olympics earlier. In my neighborhood, we watch the Hood Olympics. It's totally different, way more entertaining, and it comes once a month. Like, they call it First Fridays or something. That's when the crackheads get their paychecks. And it's just pure entertainment. Last Friday, I'm watching. First event, I like to call it, They Coming. It's when you grab everything next to you and you take off running before the cops get here. And this nigga he took my lit cigarette out of my mouth and just kept running. I'm like, okay, that's an 8. That's an 8. I don't want it back. There's another event, my favorite. It was to walk up this wet hill, and whoever gets up here first can get the Narcan. It's where 2 heroin addicts walk up a wet slope. It was actually this older lady fell out, and you know, they had the Narcan her, and she walked right up and everything. I don't know why they do this in the hood. Like, every time something happens, everybody likes to gather together, and their way of showing sympathy is just trying to act like the situation's so relatable. It was just a group of niggas, we all standing around watching everything play out, and all I heard is, yeah, we all had an aunt or uncle that had been on crack real bad or on heroin real bad. I'm just like, no, the fuck we don't. Why the fuck am I staying in this circle? I'm not compatible. We went to the South. We went to Myrtle Beach. It was fun. Every time I go to the South, like, it's a rule in my household. We travel with at least one white person. And it's not just for the obvious reasons, safety, but I like to heckle my white friends. the same way they heckle me, like taking me to Zaxby's to watch me eat chicken. Like, I like to take them to the South to like test them in like racist situations. My sister-in-law is white, by the way. You see the scenery on the way to South Carolina. It's like beautiful scenery. We're saying shit like I couldn't be no runaway slave out here in these woods. Because what the fuck's in South Carolina? Like, those woods are terrifying looking, like in South Carolina. Look like they got wild white people in them, like wild rednecks or something. And they make critter sounds, like when you take your trash out. Like Trump. Eyes going red and shit. I saw a lot of Trump stores. So South Carolina, they basically replaced the Confederate flag with like Trump merch. They got Trump stores all over South Carolina. I really wanted to go into one. I definitely was gonna look for those shoes, some avocados, maybe a document shredder, and some bulletproof earrings. Oh man, I like talking about race. There's a lot of good comedy. When you think about the racial stereotypes, because a lot of racial stereotypes are true. Can y'all hear me? A lot of racial stereotypes are true. Like, you know, like for white people, what's a good racial stereotype for white people? Like good credit, like good credit, right? Like, I mean, credit's for white people anyway, so like they should have good credit. Good stereotype for black people is we can dance, which we should be able to dance. We created all the fucking music. They say Mexicans are hardworking. That's very fucking true. And, you know, I would be very incentivized to work harder if I was getting paid cash under the table. So, like, there's some bad stereotypes too. There's some bad ones. Like, they say white people like to colonize everything. I mean, that's true. That's true. I never understood the flag thing with white people. Like, why y'all? I'm gonna put a flag in the moon. That's ours now. Like, we live on the moon because I put a flag there with some stars on it. It's stars out this bitch already. What's a bad black stereotype? They say we're loud. I don't think it's fair to like say that we're loud. I think that niggas is just practicing. Like, it's our freedom voice. This is our freedom voice, and we're not really that loud at home. We're only loud in public. So, like, we don't know no black person house making that fucking noise. What's a bad stereotype for Latinos? They said that they're stealing all of our jobs. That's kind of true, and I'm only going to say that because I recently saw where y'all remember like what's his name, Derek Chauvin, the guy who killed George Floyd. Yeah, boo that motherfucker. Like, he got stabbed in jail by a fucking Mexican. That was our job. Let me pull myself together. This is stand-up comedy. Let me stand up. I'm really fucking high. One of my favorite things to do when I'm high is like, I look up history facts. Did y'all know that Scottish people invented fried chicken, like deep fried chicken? Did y'all know that? Y'all just learned something today. Google it after I'm done. I just learned that shit the other day, and I was fucking fascinated. I've worked in the kitchen for like 18 years, but for the most part, I've seen how white people cook chicken. If they created it, we definitely innovated on it. I don't know why ours is better. I think it's because we use the tears of our ancestors. It's not salty. It's definitely salty. Oh, man. You call me hillbilly and entitled in the same paragraph? Dude looks like his name is Billy, first of all. He called me a racist after that. And I was like, I can't be racist. My son is mixed as hell, bro. Like, my son is like German, white, black, Puerto Rican, Native American, and he's nonverbal. He's nonverbal autistic. I don't even know what language that nigga speak. I can't do this.
Please welcome your next comedian. Is very funny, Jemar Oneals.
Keep it going from Maryland, y'all. Hey, you ain't have to deal with my boy Gunner like that either, Maryland. That's not just a redneck name, it's a rapper's name, too. Shit. I do think it's kind of weird, though, like, when Asian people come to America and they pick, like, a white guy's name. Like, white people, why y'all just letting that go down? Black people would never let some white people walk around calling themselves Jaquarius and shit. We would correct that right away. They say there's a lot of like black on Asian hate. There might be, but like I don't know any niggas who got problems with Asians. Like we love Asians. We love Chinese food. We love Chinese people. Shit, black people love Jackie Chan so much we let them say nigga. They didn't even say anything. Y'all remember the first Rush Hour? He was like, "Oh, well, what's up, my nigga?" Yeah. Black people was like, "Go on, Jackie." Whip the ass. He let him get away with it. He had the nerve to say, "I don't want trouble." Like, why'd you say nigga then, Jackie? Like, I was watching Star Wars and I realized that Star Wars added diversity in a very racist way. I'll give you an example. Y'all know they got space Mexicans in Star Wars? It took me a minute to analyze it. I forget what planet it's on. It's a desert planet already. That's fucked up. Okay. It's a desert planet. And there's these little short guys. Like, and it's always a lot of them. They all get out of one vehicle. They got dark faces, so you can't confuse this with any like Caucasian comparison. You know this is a dark person, but they got beady red eyes, like they've been smoking like the best space weed. They don't speak any English. Like it's like nobody in Star Wars understands these motherfuckers for real. But they understand people, but they don't understand these motherfuckers. And if you don't believe me that there's space Mexicans, how come every single person who lands on that planet, when they get back to their ship is missing? Like the whole thing is just torn out. Nerd's not racist. You know what I noticed about Teslas? They're not designed for black people. Like, I personally don't think anything that can drive itself back to the dealership if you miss a payment. I don't think that's. Y'all know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. They call them headhunters and shit. Yeah, they'll fuck you up if you get close. So Elon Musk delivered the internet last year.
What?
Did y'all know that?
No.
Yo, he checked in on it a couple months ago. Turns out they are now addicted to Instagram and porn.
Oh, shit.
To me, that's a dangerous combination because I don't know what their sleep schedule is like. But I couldn't sleep in the woods at night. I'd be up at night. And do you know how many do-it-yourself videos you see online? Like, those motherfuckers won't build a boat or a helicopter or some shit. All I'm saying is they coming for us.
Yeah.
See how I stole what you see there, Tony? Y'all hear about those astronauts that got stuck in space? Y'all didn't hear about that? They're saying that Boeing sent 2 astronauts in space, but like something malfunctioned now. They're up there indefinitely. And there's something fishy about that. I just did a flight recently that has Spirit Airlines written all over it. I mean, they probably lost their luggage and everything. So the Donald Trump shit happened in Pennsylvania. I saw something else in the news that happened in Pennsylvania. Dollar General. First of all, we all can agree that Dollar General is already a sketchy place. You pull up, cashiers outside smoking a cigarette. You can tell that they have some secrets they're not telling us. But I read a story where, and it was video attached to the story, where there was a white girl inside of Dollar General. This tall black dude out of nowhere jizzed on her leg. Oh my God. I kid you not. That's not even a joke. That really happened. And I think the funniest part about it is first of all, it's terrible. His sexual harassment is terrible. He's going to hell. But dude ran away right after it happened. She chased him down like Jonathan Majors. That shit was funny. It was a big black dude. You can tell she was a smaller white lady. And she was chasing him down, and she gave up in the middle of it because she realized what was happening. She was like, oh, he nutted on my leg. And all I could think of is how impressed I was that, like, this nigga nutted and took off running. First of all, how do you just nut that fast? Like, nothing happened. Like, she was just in the store, and you just had one in the chamber ready to go. It's just, like, that's weird. But, the sheer willpower it takes to run right after you nut, like you can barely stand and you're gonna take off running. He had wobbly legs. That shit looked funny on video. It's like the whole first tier of the Illuminati. It's like Diddy's future customers. How y'all doing? I want to say something about some of you guys so bad, but I don't want to offend nobody. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up, man? You look like you give Mark Zuckerberg human lessons. Epstein Island. I guess that's been touched on already. Wait for laughter. No, that was terrible. Trump and Clinton both cleared of really doing anything at all, which was surprising as shit. Because as Calvin was just talking about, Stephen Hawking was there, y'all. Like, the fuck was he doing there? I'm sorry, man. That had to be terrifying. He's just sitting there, fucking drooling. No, look, I can talk about them, man. Like, nerds are incredibly racist.
Oh, the Bad Boys jersey? Hey, look, hey. First of all, this ain't a Diddy jersey. This is his brand. And I don't think he's going to own that much longer. But like, the Notorious B.I.G., he wore this exact same jersey. Not this one, his was bigger. And I just don't think it's fair. Like, there's a lot of canceled people that we still rock with their shit. Like, we still watch Harvey Weinstein movies. It'd be kind of weird if, like, you know, Stephen Hawking was on that island. What if we just said, fuck everything he said about black holes? Like, shit, we still use Microsoft products, shit. I ain't gonna say too much about Bill Gates. I be posting shit online. Out of all these action movies I watch, I noticed something. I could never play a fucking bad guy or a henchman. I just don't got it in me. Like, a few mics ago, Chris said that I look like a henchman from Bad Boys, which was funny because I did. But I realized that, like, the henchmen, like, they gotta go up against the heroes and they be getting their ass beat. And I don't know if I'm really all about that life. I get my ass beat by the Avengers and shit. And then have you noticed when the bad guys and the henchmen deliver bad news to the leader, they always get their ass beat? That couldn't be me. I think that's the dumbest shit. If I had some bad news to deliver to, like, the cartel, I'm gonna send an email. I'm not gonna show up.
So, R.I.P. O.J. Simpson. White people feel safe yet? He's in that white Bronco to heaven. I was a kid when the trial happened, but I saw a reaction video to it. White people was fucking stressed. Y'all were stressed, and niggas were so happy. I don't understand why. Like, they act like they just beat the case. Like, but, like, I don't know. It was weird, man. It was a lot of cheers for murder. For my nigga Jonathan Majors. Y'all know who Jonathan Majors is? Yeah. Y'all hear that story? That shit is crazy, man. I don't believe it for a second. I just don't. It's not really funny, but I guess the way that they went about telling us about what he said to her in the car was kind of funny. Because he told her, I need you to act like Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama. This is odd behavior for a European white woman. So I laughed. I chuckled a little bit when I read that. But you hear the audio tape, you kind of understand what he's saying. He's just saying, be like, upstanding, be a good example of our relationship out in public. I understood that. And they flipped it on him. He got found guilty. They said, like, what, a year in jail maybe? It's fucked up, man. He's King the Conqueror and he's going to be in jail. I guess when you play a villain that many times, it's really easy to look like a villain. But it's not fair. There's no real protection for black men, because, like, y'all seen the video of him running from her? That nigga ran like 5 city blocks, and he's like an athlete. And she's like a little scrawny white girl, and she was on his ass. He was terrified. I was watching that shit like thrilled. I was like, run, nigga, like run. Shit, she was on his ass. I was like, juke, nigga, juke. No, I've been in a lot of interracial relationships. My last relationship, I dated a girl from Afghanistan. That was embarrassing. She left me for somebody else, which was very heartbreaking. But she's married now, which is good for her. She's married now. She has a beautiful baby, and her cousins are really happy. It's beautiful. Somebody got access to my Gmail, and they hit me up, and they were like, "Hey, I got a picture of your 16-year-old dick." I was like, cool, can I see that? It's been a while since I've seen him. They were like, I'm about to ruin your life. I'm gonna make your dick go viral. I was like, by itself? That's kind of impressive. If my dick can go viral by itself, I think I'd switch professions. You gotta excuse me, I fucked my back up. I think I went too hard to the right or something. I'm getting older. White women who go jogging all the time. I need y'all to do me a favor. Stop falling in horror movies. You're too conditioned for that shit. And I feel like a lot of people are forgetting that white women are starting to become the horror villain. No offense, but it's true. Did y'all see that story about the fucking this white lady in the UK killed her mom and dad? I don't know what the reason was for. Bitch lost her mind. But this was in 2019, June of 2019, her parents were missing. This bitch done had them hidden in her house. Since then, the cops came, and this insane bitch opens the door like it's an episode of Cribs, and just shows the cops around. Here, the dead body's up here right next to a fridge full of fucking Red Bull. She had no remorse. No remorse, no manifesto. And white people usually have a manifesto. Like, could you imagine a black manifesto though? It'd be like a one-liner. Like, should have been talking shit. Big people got a way of shaming the skinny niggas by like just being subtle. If I'm smoking a blunt with her, they'd be like, this is just weed, right? That shit pisses me off. I was gonna stop smoking weed. Snoop Dogg made an announcement. Did y'all hear about Snoop Dogg saying he was gonna quit? That nigga got me, yo.
He said that 20 years ago.
Oh no, I wasn't in here for that.
He quit like 20 years ago, and then he came back for like.
Well, shit, man. Like, I wasn't, like, 20 years ago, I was 10. I wasn't allowed to smoke weed. Nah, I mean, like, I just felt, like, kind of betrayed when he said that shit, bro. Because, like, he was the one who told me smoke weed every day. Like,
I smoke a whole lot of weed, so much so my mom calls me a weed head, which I really don't like because it sounds too much like crackhead. There's major differences between a weed head and a crackhead. A weed head always has weed. A crackhead ain't never got crack.
Oh shit. I want to stop smoking weed. The main reason I really want to stop smoking weed, there's healthier, like everybody wants to be healthier. I want to get rid of these dry ass lips. But the main reason, like, it's such a background thing for me now. Like, I'm not like a weed enthusiast. Like, those people kind of annoy me. I don't care about the smell or the flavor. Weed is weed. But, I think the real reason, like, because it's such a background thing, and I'm a stay-at-home dad, so I got a 7-year-old, and I almost passed this nigga the blunt the other day. And he's nonverbal, so he speaks with his eyes. He gave me the I'm gonna call CPS eyes.
Kids are bad though. Yeah. Especially the ones from my old neighborhood, they're like evil backyardians. Y'all remember that show? Yes. Little CGI Muppets with hood names. You remember that? Like Tyrone, Uniqua, Oscar. You know Oscar's a hood name. We got some high schoolers in here. Y'all still in here? How many high schoolers came in here? Don't shoot. I miss my kid's teacher. He was so nice. Because my kid's definitely a fucking handful, but like he's special needs, so I'd be able to pick him up from school early. And no matter how early I got there, his teacher was always already outside, just waiting with my kid, sitting on the bench like Forrest Gump, waiting for me to show up. We're like, how was his day? He had a good day. He was just nice. Like I said, my kid is bad. If my kid did do something bad and they had to like call me a little earlier, like he wouldn't even use like teacher. Well, I guess you call them teacher words. They're nicer words. Like Aiden eloped today. I'd be like, damn, good job, buddy. Like you eloped. So my son's really lucky to have me. Thank you. He's nonverbal autistic, and so what that means is that I actually give a fuck about packing his school lunch because I know he's probably not going to eat lunch at school if I don't do it myself. So like I got like 18 years of like chef experience, so his lunch is fucking perfect. This nigga, like, everybody's jealous of him, but they call him fancy at school, and they right. This nigga is so fancy. My son is so fancy, he stems with his pinky out. He be like, it's cool having a non-verbal son too, because like it's made me more one with like nature and animals. Do y'all remember the show Wild Thornberries? Yeah. My son is like Donnie from Wild Thornberries. When I say non-verbal, that don't mean he's quiet, because he's loud as fuck. He makes a sound, he's just like all over the house. And he's real cool with animals and shit. One time we were living in the country, and I'm in the bathroom looking outside. Got my kid out in the backyard playing on the trampoline. My kid's laying back on the trampoline, like a family, not just like one or two, but a family of fucking deer started easing up on my son. And it was like the most majestic show. Man, I was like, is my son a Disney princess? I was getting kind of worried because it was just like hovering over my son for too long. And like my son's sitting there with his eyes closed, he's like unbothered by everything. And I looked the window up, I was like, hey, leave my son alone. They knew that I had business. And you want to know how I knew they knew? They freaked out. They were like, the deer speaks, my son speaks. Shit, man.
My kid, like, got me looking at the people who talk to themselves differently, because I've seen people like in a good mood, like two people actually talking to themselves and passing each other on the street like they were talking to the same invisible motherfucker. But I took my kid to the corner store recently, and we're walking around the store, and this guy is just, I thought he was talking to himself in a different language. He was just saying, data bit out, data bit out, data bit out, data bit out. My kid is like just staring at this guy. Normally he ignores shit like that. And then he started rushing me. We get in line, this guy's behind me, he's saying, data bitch out, data bitch out. Finally, I realized what the dude was saying. He was saying, I'm about to air this bitch out. That AirPod that he was wearing was actually a hearing aid. Here's a thought. Y'all remember back in the day, Sesame Street, they had like actual like live action kids on set. Anybody check on them? My wife is crazy, and it's starting to rub off on me. Like, I noticed, for instance, I'm getting a lot more jealous. I saw one of her guy friends was like, "Your husband's a lucky man." And I'm just like, "Bitch, who the fuck you call him lucky?" Like, that was dumb. You got shit like that happening. Like, past 30, like, our bodies cracked a lot more. I can't put her in the positions I want to put her in, because it just sound like a nigga cracking knuckles in the closet. It's terrifying. Anybody got a friend who just is always talking about hooking up with somebody and you know they fucking lying? Like it's like, who is this magical fair god pussy? Like, that's what she is. She just shows up, like, magic disappears after midnight. Have you ever actually met the girl that's always some like fucking troll? Like, my last homie, I ain't gonna throw his name out there, but he brought this big bitch out. I called her Tesla, which is shaped like a Cybertruck. I said, man, like, how you gonna bring a girl out sitting there bragging about us? You fucking this Lego man. Like, I've been unemployed for a while, stay-at-home dad, I guess. I quit my job on Juneteenth because I needed to liberate myself. I really think Indeed should start like skimming that race section since they make us do it. They should really check it out, because I got a job offer to work at Thomas Jefferson's Monticello. I don't know what the fuck they thought I was gonna do. I ain't no fucking sharecropper or whatever the fuck they wanted me to do. But I'm not responsible enough to work there. But I've been doing the job search on Indeed, and the fucking job suggestions are weird as fuck, man. They put a lot of work into these names. Like, man, somebody sent me a job. Like, they were like, are you interested in our job with donut production? Donut fucking production? That's a cook at Dunkin' Donuts. Maintenance technician and shit. Like, that's weird. Just say janitor. Like, that's just like a fucking sperm donor. Call it a creepy nigga. That's what you're getting. Like, that's all that is. I'm tired of telemarketers, man. Like, y'all get those calls, what is it? Are your car's extended warranty, that shit? Like, I got my car off Craigslist, motherfucker. I ain't got no extended warranty. Shit. I like to fuck with them because I know that the little AI voices are starting to sound more and more real. But, you know, I know it's a robot because I save all the numbers I know. So when I see those strange numbers calling, I answer in binary. I'd be like 0111 0111. I fucked it up. I did that shit this morning, actually. I said 011111 010111. That shit was like, what the fuck did you just say to me? I watched E.T. the other day. Like, y'all remember the movie E.T. with the little... That's my shit, man. I found out something interesting about E.T. I learned that it wasn't animatronic fucking guy the whole time. It was actually like two little people in a suit. They switched them out like they do with like children in movies. I guess they would get fussy. But but it was two little people, and then there was this one badass like handicapped kid. And they used him for the running scenes, and I swear to God, dude had no legs, just two arms and a skateboard. It's fucked up. Like, just thinking about like how Steven Spielberg must have found out about the kid. Like, he like put his rollerblades on and go hang out at the skate park, staring at the handicap spaces, waiting for fucking R2D2. Yo, the 70s and 80s, man, Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, they were collecting midgets. Like, they were sorry, little people. They were collecting little people, and they were getting little Drew Barrymore fucking wasted, y'all. That's true. I saw that in a documentary.
We're watching a lot of old Christmas movies already. I watched Home Alone 2 the other day.
I mean, the fact that there's even a sequel called Home Alone 2, like, it should be called like Escape CPS, not it's like Lost in New York. Like, how does this happen twice? I just don't understand.
Who said something about Indiana Jones earlier? Like, yeah, you said something because you were doing archaeology. I love Indiana Jones. That's one of my favorite fucking. I instantly understood what you were talking about. My only issue with Indiana Jones is like nobody realizes that he's like technically like he's like wearing an overseer uniform. Like everybody's like, that's an archaeologist's uniform. That's an overseer's uniform. This man got a whip. He got a slave hat. He always got like a little like minority sidekick. Have y'all seen the new one? Nicki Minaj made a diss song about Meg Thee Stallion. She called it Bigfoot. Which is funny because last year she got shot in both of her pinky hooves. But Meg Thee Stallion, you know, she's great. She came back hard as fuck, like Tupac. Like she's like, first of all, fuck your bitch and the clique you claim. Meg Thee Stallion is so tall that like she was on the She-Hulk series, twerking with She-Hulk, and was the same size as that bitch. Right? Trey Songz got into a fight with another R&B singer named Jacquees. Now, R&B singers really shouldn't be fighting, let alone each other. But Jacquees got dreadlocks, and he did the most light-skinned shit ever. He posted a picture of just his lonely dreadlock on the foot. like, look what this nigga Trey Songz did to me. And I actually felt bad for Jacquees because, like, Virginia niggas have been showing off lately. Like, between him and Chris Brown, like, Chris Brown will fight anybody. He done fought Usher. Chris Brown fought Drake. Chris Brown fought Rihanna. That nigga will fight anybody. He's like the R&B J. Paul. Shit. It's funny you mentioned Captain Planet. I like watching like the throwback cartoons on Saturday. And I was watching Captain Planet this Saturday. Y'all remember Captain Planet, right? Yep. I watched that shit. I used to think it was cool. I'm like, they should do a Captain Planet, like a live action, but you know that nigga's weakness is litter? What the fuck? Here's a hot take. Men are getting soft as fuck. That's funny. I'm one of them, but but we are. Mind you, I lived in the country. I lived in Louisiana County. But I was in New York City, came back, and all of a sudden there's this whole phase of like dudes saying "I love you," like good night to their guy friends and shit. Like I got a friend, he'll visit, you know, like we hang out with like brothers and everything, but you know, the most I'll say is like, yo, drive safe, dog. Lately he's been hitting me with the "I love you, man." I'm just like, ugh. Bitches out here like, who you talking to? I have a hot take, and some of my guy friends are probably gonna disagree with me because he's supposed to be our hero, but I'm tired of Johnny Depp. Like, I'm tired of this motherfucker. Like, somebody needs to tell him he's not British. Like, it just bothers me. He's been around Tim Burton for so long, and I get it. He thinks that he can be scarier with the British accent. But, like, he's from Kentucky. Just use your Kentucky. The Southern accent is way scarier than the fucking British accent. Imagine being in the woods, and you lost, and you hear the British accent. You think it's like fucking, you know, Red Cross or something. You think help has arrived. Not a Southern accent. You hear that shit in the woods? Found you, boy. Like, be terrified. I watched a movie with Johnny Depp in it, him and Al Pacino, Donnie Brasco. Yeah. Al Pacino needed an award just for, like, being able to pretend that he didn't know that Johnny Depp was crooked in that movie. Like, this motherfucker, he's just like, "Are you the Fuzz?" And Johnny Depp was like, "I bloody am not." Like, I was just like, how the fuck you don't realize that this man is playing you? He's not Italian.
Shit, how much time do I have? 1 minute? Oh, shit. Y'all think Harriet Tubman had a fat ass? I do. I think she looked great in fucking leggings or some yoga pants. She was probably doing Kegels. All that fucking North to South, man, come on. What's another one? Y'all think Hillary Clinton used to clench her purse around Barack Obama? So their friendship is solid now, but at first she was like, that nigga's from Chicago. You know, doing purple weed, smoking lips, I don't trust him. Hey, yo, I've been Jemar Oneals, y'all been a great audience.
Everybody